Okay, we're only going to do the first section of Module 6 today, so if you would, go to Blackboard and navigate to Tutorial Module 6. Go to Module 6 Data Files and go under Tutorial. And today we're going to work with the NM. Okay, you guys see the NM file, which is, I believe, New Mexico. Click on that and pull that up. Now, what Module 6 focuses on is, oftentimes, Module 5 we talked about having a worksheet that has, thousands of rows and using tables and pivot tables to slice and dice that data. Well, sometimes we have workbooks that have dozens or hundreds or maybe even thousands of worksheets in there. Okay, for example, I could have a workbook that has a worksheet for every product we sell. Okay, every product we sell, maybe we sell 15 products. Every product has the same format. Maybe has sales, average net volume, whatever it might be. But I don't want to have to do things to every one of those. If I make a change to a formula, I make a change to a format. I don't want to go through all 1,000 of those and make the format change. That's time consuming, all those good things. So we're going to learn how to group worksheets. That's the first thing we're going to learn this. The other thing is sometimes we want to take data from multiple workbooks and kind of like worksheets and kind of drill down through it. And that's called a 3D reference. Okay? It's kind of like grouping, but it says, hey, we're going to go through multiple worksheets and take this cell from all those worksheets and bring it into this one. That's called a 3D reference. So what we have here is we have looks like for a global travel, we have a New Mexico theme park ticket sales. So take your documentation and put in your name and the date. And happy Valentine's Day. Like 3 people wearing red only. I'm all blue. I don't have anything red on either. So. Okay, what we want to do is we're going to fix up this worksheet. But you can see we have 4 worksheets: quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. Every worksheet looks exactly the same. Okay, every worksheet looks exactly the same format. So I want to do some calculations here to summarize some things. And I also want to change the format of it, make it look a little bit better, change the alignment of a few things. But whenever I do it for quarter 1, I'd like to also do it for quarter 2, 3, and 4. So I don't have to do it 4 times. And like I said, imagine having 10 years worth of data, all the worksheets at the same time. You don't want to have to do it 10 times either. So what we're going to do is we're going to group these together. So click on quarter 1. Okay, get to the quarter 1 worksheet. And I want you to hold down the shift key and then click on quarter 4. Okay. I don't know why I didn't do it the first time. But do you see how it turned white? Did yours turn white? All 4 of those worksheets turn white? And up the top, I can't see it, but you see it says group in parentheses. It says NM group. So that indicates to us that we're working on a group of worksheets right now. We're not just working on one. So things that we change in this worksheet will be filtered down to the others. Now if I want to turn that off, what I have to do, as long as I'm in this group, okay, you see the group is still active. As long as I'm in one of these worksheets, the group is still active. It still says up here group. If I want to turn that off, I can go click on any worksheet that's not in the group. Okay, I clicked on the documentation tab and it went away. If I want to activate that again, I'm going to click on quarter 1 through quarter 4. Okay, now I have my grouping again. Okay, I have my grouping again. All right, so a couple things we want to do. We want to enter, we want to total some things here. So let's just go down to A14. Let's type in total. And I'm in quarter 4. But it doesn't matter. You see in each one of these, now in A14 I have total. Okay, I didn't have total before. So whatever I change in one in the group, it automatically goes down to the other. I also want to enter a formula. So now I'm in quarter 1, and I'm going to enter a auto sum. So I'm going to sum B6 through B13. I hit enter, and I'm going to copy that over as well. Or drag it over, whatever you'd like to do. And you see that formula was also copied down respectively for all of the other worksheets. So we saw any text entering goes to all worksheets. Formulas go to all worksheets. Any kind of style changes I make as well will also do the same thing. So let's fix this up a little bit. Let's make all this center aligned. This is sales apparently, so let's make that currency. Let's tickets sold, adults, children. Let's merge and center this title up here. And we'll see all those changes went down to everyone that's part of the group. Highlighting as well. Let's select the range. Whoops. Let's select over here. And let's go over to cell styles. I don't know, let's pick the orange. And let's put grid lines in here as well. And you see it applied all those appropriately. So you can see the benefit to doing something like that. A lot of times, we will have, worksheets for every month or every week of sales or every product that we sell, or maybe it's a person, what each of our salespersons generated for the week or the month. So it's nice if you keep them standard, keep the standard format, you can make changes to all of them at once without going to 10, 15, 20 worksheets at once. So that is how we group things, okay? I think that's kind of self-explanatory. Any other questions? It affects entry of data, it affects formulas, it also affects format. Okay, any other questions there? Go ahead, Robbie.
So if you type in something in A16, it'll be in just A16 and every other.
Yes, it like drills down through. So if I type in an A2 Miko, in this group, okay, you'll see in quarter 2 it's Miko in A2, quarter 3 it's Miko in A2, quarter 4 it's Miko in A2. Okay, so it is important if that's the case, it's important that they use the same cells, right? If this is over a cell, it's going to be all screwed up, right? So it has to be the same exact format. So what's nice about worksheets is, typically we copy them, right? So you get one you're fairly happy with, and then you copy it for quarter 2, you copy it for quarter 3, you copy it for quarter 4, and you know it's going to have the same format. Speaking of that, let's undo the group by clicking on any worksheet. Let's not undo the group, but let's undo the grouping that was activated. So now you see it no longer has group up in the top. And let's say we want an annual sales worksheet. Okay, so we have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, but maybe we want an annual sales, the number of children's ticket, adult ticket we sold, and the total amount. Well, let's create a new worksheet, but I'm going to base it off of this one. So I'm going to say move or copy, create a copy. I'm going to move it before quarter 1, and I'm going to rename this as, I don't know, year. And hit enter. And up here, I guess I should change this from quarter 1 to annual sales. Okay. So how would I do this? If I wanted to know the annual sales of animal habitat tickets for adults, I want to add quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. And what I could do is I could go up here and I could say equal, okay? And then I could say, well, go to quarter 1, take that cell, B6, plus, go to quarter 2, take that cell, B6, plus, go to quarter 3, take that cell, B6, plus, go to quarter 4, take that cell, B6. So I want you to look up in the formula bar and what it does, okay? Because I clicked on those things, it says equal quarter 1, exclamation point, B6. So what is the exclamation point? It's not like excited. That's telling me that that's a sheet name. You know what I'm saying? It's saying, go to this worksheet, quarter 1, and use B6 cell. Plus, go to quarter 2 and use the cell B6, plus quarter 3, boom, boom, boom. Now, if you try to type that, it's better to click to activate that cell, so let it pre-fill. If you try to type that, if you screw up one little thing, if you miss the R in quarter, or you forget the space, it's not going to recognize it. It's going to say name. It's going to say, I don't know what the hell you're trying to do here, okay? So it's easier to click through that. Now, one other thing is, you'll notice it says up here, single quote, quarter, and then space 1, okay, exclamation point. It doesn't need the quotes if the worksheet name doesn't have a space in it. Now these do. It says, when we created these, we said quarter space 1, quarter space 2, quarter space 3. If I didn't have a space, if it was quarter 1, I would need the tick marks, okay, the single quote marks, okay. So if I hit enter, now, okay, it is 116. Yes?
When I did it the first time, I only put it forward, and then I did it again to like just get them auto working. It's just typing in like B6 year. What am I clicking wrong?
Okay, well, let's see. Let's do it again. And you're going to I'm deleting that cell, right? Put in equal. Okay. Now, click on quarter 1 before you type anything else. And then click on B6 in quarter 1. So up in your formula bar, it should say equal quarter 1 B6, does it?
Yep.
Okay, now put plus. Now click on quarter 2 and click on B6. So it should say quarter 1 B6 plus quarter 2 B6. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And you'll do the same thing for quarter 3 and then quarter 4. hit enter. And it should, don't click back, just hit enter.
Oh, that's what I did. I kept clicking back to the year.
Okay, so when you click back, what it did was it said, oh, you're still in formula enter mode. I'm gonna shove in year. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it thinks you're still entering things.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is one way we could do it, and we could copy this and get everything done. But sometimes, it might be more cumbersome than that. Maybe I do have, 100 worksheets. Okay. Well, I can also do, just like I do ranges of cells, I can do ranges of worksheets. And these are called 3D formulas because they go like, three-dimensionally into the workbook. So let's do it another way. I'm going to type in equal here. And I'm going to click on quarter 1 again. I'm going to click on B6. So it doesn't really change, nothing changed from what we did the last time except this now. I'm going to hold down the shift key just like we did when we grouped. And I'm going to go to, oh wait, I didn't want to do that. I don't want to put the B6 in. X out of that. I'm sorry, I did something wrong. I don't want to put the B6 in quite yet. So go back to year, I'm sorry, and go to B6 and delete what we have in there now. Just delete, just get rid of it so that we're not confused. And I want to put equal in there again. Okay. And I'm going to click on quarter 1. And now I'm going to hold down the shift key. Or maybe I do want to hit B6. Yeah, I think I do want to hit B6. No, I don't. My thing's laggy, I'm sorry. So sometimes I do things and it doesn't immediately react. I think the proper order of the steps is you're going to click on quarter 1, and then click on quarter 4 and B6. Did it work for you, Shelby? What did you get? What I have in up there? Okay, then you're good. Dan, do you have what I have up there?
Yeah, it didn't come out right though.
What did it do?
It has reference, it just says reference, it says there's an error.
Let me see. All right, let's do it again. I'm going to delete that. I'll follow along with the book. Oh, I know what I want. I know what I forgot. Okay, so I'm going back to the year. I'm going to type equal, and I want a sum. So put in equal sum. That's the step I forgot. Open parenthesis. Okay. Now I want to click the quarter 1 sheet tab. Okay, and it puts in quarter 1. And here's where I want the range now. So I'm going to hold down the shift key and click quarter 4. Okay, mine just takes a while. I got to be patient, but it did it. Okay, so it should say quarter 1 through quarter 4. And now I want to click, in the quarter 1, I want to click B6. So up in the formula bar, it should say equal sum, open parenthesis, quarter 1, colon, quarter 4. So it's a range, just like when we do a cell range. Exclamation point tells it, hey, those are worksheets, B6. And I need to hit my end parenthesis, and then hit enter. Okay, and we should get 116 in there again. So that's called a 3D reference because the worksheets are a range of worksheets. Now, did that work for you guys? Okay. Now, you think about it, if I look at, you got to be careful with these a little bit, because if I look at that formula, okay, it's a range just like a cell range. So if I go back to that, if I can get on there, it's a cell range just like, it's a range just like a cell range. So it says quarter 1 through quarter 4, and they have to be adjacent. You see how they're adjacent? If I were to do this, so it says 1/16 right now, if I were to take quarter 3 and then move it outside that range. Okay, so if I take the quarter 3 worksheet, left click, hold down, drag it outside that range, you'll see the year, that formula looks the same, but now it's returning value of 85 instead of 1/16, because all it's doing is drilling down between this one and this one. Quarter 3 is no longer in that group, not that group, but it's no longer in that range, so it's not including it. Likewise, okay, if I want it to be back, okay, I can do so. I can drag it back. You'll see that my 1/16 is back. If I put something in that range, if I put a new worksheet in that range, so I'm going to take quarter 2, move or copy. I'm going to create a copy, and I'm going to put it right before quarter 3, so I have two quarter 2s. You'll see now, I'm counting all 5 of those worksheets together because I threw it in that range. Does that make sense? Okay, so this is, very useful when, and a lot of times this is the case. You're tracking not just, one thing. You're tracking multiple people, perhaps. Multiple locations, multiple branches. Think about, if you're a bank and you have 100 branches and everyone returns the same data, maybe it's every branch is a worksheet in a workbook, but you still want to summarize those things. And if you make a change to one worksheet, you don't want to have to go to all 99 others and highlight things differently. So, grouping and 3D worksheets can really be beneficial in saving us time. And also standardization, but it's key that you have to have it standardized. So that's called a 3D reference. Okay, that's called a 3D reference. If we want to also do things like, let's take all 5 of these worksheets. Well, I have 6, I guess now, and let's turn on the grouping again. So I'm on year. Click on quarter 4. Hold down the shift key and click on quarter 4. Okay, now I have the group now. I'm grouping all, I guess I have 6 of these worksheets now. And if I do something like page layout, and I want to make these all landscape, I can do that. This is applying it to all those groups right now. And if I want to print this, and I want to print all the worksheets, I can go to File, Print, and I can print the active sheets, okay? Active sheets meaning not just the one sheet I'm in, but because I'm currently selected that group mode, you see down below, it would print, I'm not going to print, but it would print the annual sales, the quarter 1, both my quarter 2s, quarter 3, and quarter 4. So instead of going to each worksheet tab, you can do that as well. So that can be a very good time saver. I'm sorry, we only have 2 minutes, so you can enjoy that as a lab if you want, or you can leave. Monday we will have lab time. We will also take the Module 5 on quiz, and you have all 2 cases to actually. Yeah, 2 cases for Monday and night. Beatrice, go ahead.
Which ones?
I can show you. If you go under modules, tutorials, module 5, you should do, we just did case 1 for module 5. I'm assigning case 2 and case 3, okay, for module 5 at the end of the chapter. All right, have a good weekend, and I'll see you Monday.
Next week, I'm not gonna be here Wednesday or Friday for the conference.
Sorry.
Next week, I won't be here Wednesday and Friday, we're leaving for conference on Monday.
Oh, for Northeast Farm Shop. Oh, okay.
Thanks.
3 years in a row, you guys won?
4.
You win number 5?
Uh,
It's gonna be closer.
I wouldn't,
Put bet on it.
no.
My grade book, for 2, I think they're like 2 seminoles. They're like a day or 2 late because they didn't show me that to do. This is like module 2 or 3. Okay. Will you still grade those even though
Did you submit them?
they're in there?
Did I not grade them?
They're 2 10-point ones.
Are you sure? Let me see.
Because I didn't start looking at the grades until, like, I would just do everything that was in my to-do list, and they didn't show up in there.
You're right, they're right here. Okay. Yeah, I'll grade them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Because now I'm just gonna go off of that. Because
Okay.
before it didn't show up in my to-do, and that's what I
Okay.
was doing everything on,
All right.
so.
I got rid of that to do because it wasn't working well.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.